What is the best way for my audience to activate here? Certainly tell people who don't know about this debate that it's happening. But beyond that, some people wrote to me saying they are calling the offices of the senators that are sort of borderline on this, but they're not all constituents of those senators. So they don't know, does it even matter if I call a senator that doesn't represent me? Others are targeting the donors to those key senators. And this has led to some corporations today shutting off comments on all of their social media because they were getting absolutely crushed. What is most effective and useful for my audience to do right now?
There are a handful of key senators who are on the fence about this bill, and they've made statements that are critical of the bill or they've expressed concerns about the bill. The most effective thing is if they hear from their constituents. Now, people who are viewers of yours or listeners of yours who don't live in those states probably know someone who does live in those states. And reaching out to them and asking them to contact their senators, that can be really effective because they are hearing from their own people that way. So that's what I would encourage. If you know someone in North Carolina, well, Tillis is already against the bill, but in Alaska or in Maine or in any of these other swing states, or senators that you would think would, on the natural, support whatever the president wants, but pointing out through their constituents, hey, this is going to cost me my health care, or hey, our hospital is already on a razor's edge. This is going to force it to close. You can't vote for this. That's really, I think, the most effective.
Last thing, and I'll let you go. There have been some ideas of funding for rural hospitals as a sort of make good for the Medicaid cuts, which many of your colleagues have said now that this is a ruse. This is not something that I like the sound of. Is that something that you feel Republicans are committed to, or is there some possibility that through amendments or negotiation, maybe that quid pro quo, for lack of a better term, or trade could be turned into something where we don't get the cuts to begin with?
I think what they're looking for is political cover. They're looking for a fig leaf. So what they want, if they can't exempt the hospitals in their state, the rural hospitals in their state, they want to create a fund, which the president will have discretion over, to send money to their state, to their rural hospitals. But the amounts they're talking about compared to the need for these hospitals are so small, these hospitals are still going to go under. And in fact, the association representing these hospitals has made it clear none of this is going to work. It's a Band-Aid when you're
Hmm.
just slashing us. So it's political cover, but that's not going to help you if you need medical care.